This exposure that Jaguar Wright did on Monie Love was everything, and it was well deserved, because everything that Jaguar Wright spoke of, I believe. And I agree with her exposing Monie Love, because Monie Love, I haven't liked this woman since 2016. And it's a personal reason. Okay? I'm going to get into the Jaguar Wright beef with Monie Love. And then I'm going to talk about my personal issue with Monie Love. So we're going to get into it. Hey everyone, it's your girl Miss Anna Little Cole, and I'm coming to you straight out NYC on this Monday afternoon. So, a couple of days ago, you could say last week, Jaguar Wright made a commentary video about Monie Love. Now, how this all initially started was a couple of weeks prior. Monie Love was on Talib Kweli's podcast, and he was bigging her up, calling her the mother of the hip-hop ecosystem. And while he was bigging her up, Jaguar Wright was filming the episode, and she said, "You dirty bitch. You's a dirty bum-ass bitch. You know everything I did for you? And everything I did for you and your daughter Lacey? Fuck you, bitch. You the worst one of them all. You the grimiest bitch." But see, y'all didn't know. I got recorders on all of y'all. So she was going in. And she even showed a photo of the little girl Lacey as a toddler, you could say, and beautiful little girl. And she had a photo of the girl. Now, many people criticize Jaguar Wright for showing a photo of Monie Love's daughter, especially in the times that we live in, being that, you have predators out there, you have stalkers. You don't know what a person can do. You have, sick men, sick women even that, lust after children. So, a lot of people criticize her for that move. So the next day, Jaguar Wright explained why she reacted the way she did. So we're going to get into the crux of the situation. Jaguar Wright said that her and her family shelled out money to support Monie Love. She met Monie Love around 1999. Now, at the time, Monie Love was working in radio because her rap career has stalled. So, this is a very important fact. While Monie Love's career was going down in the tank, Jaguar was coming up. So, it's an interesting dynamic that she would come to this city and meet an up-and-coming artist from her own hometown. So, being that she was a Roots affiliate, I figured that Monie Love, who already had a name, probably gravitated towards Jaguar and probably, felt like, okay, this girl doesn't really know who I am. She doesn't really know anything about me. Maybe we could be cool and be friends. So, what occurred is that they had a friendship, and a lot of incidents occurred where every time Monie was going through something harsh with a guy, Jaguar would comfort her. So, for instance, Monie Love was dating Chris Webber at one time. And Chris Webber dumped her for a famous actress. But he didn't even tell her. He just basically appeared with the actress, and she saw it basically. She heard about it from Wendy Williams, okay? She heard about it from Wendy Williams. And so she cried to Jaguar about the situation, and Jaguar come to her. So then through that period, she was going back and forth with men to men to men to man to man. Then she got with this young cat named Marley. And Marley is basically 13 years younger than Monie Love. Now, around this time period, from in between the different men she was dating according to Jaguar, I remember when Monie Love was on a radio show with Ed Lover back in New York City on Power FM. So what occurred is that from 2002 to 2004, they were basically being big, huge, radio personalities. But then something happened. Monie Love got fired, not necessarily for anything bad, but they cut her for a star in a Buck Wild show. And in my opinion, a star in a Buck Wild show was a much better show. Now, going into when Jaguar says that Monie got fired, it's true. Monie got fired. And when Jaguar Wright says she hit hard times, she wasn't lying. If you look at photos from 2006 to 2000, you could say even like 2013, there's evidence of Monie Love being poor. Monie Love started to have bad teeth. And she started to be emaciated, like very skinny. And she looked pretty sick. She wasn't necessarily sick, but she was poor. Now, if you're from New York, like myself, this was talked about. Like, I knew people that worked in the industry, and people that worked in the industry would tell me, oh, she don't have the money like she used to have when she was a rapper. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, she's not really rapping. But when I would see the photos, people would say, she's broke, she's poor. And then seeing photos, it was like, okay, I get what it is. Now, the whole thing that I didn't know about was that, according to Jaguar, a man was bringing her down. This cat named Marley was this cute guy who didn't offer nothing, but he basically was a dealer, and he smoked weed. And he was a babysitter for the kids, and the babysitter, Marley, got Monie pregnant, and they had Lacey. Now, in between these times when Monie was broke, Jaguar was taking care of Monie, as well as her cousin Monica and her cousin Sonny. Now, they shelled out thousands of dollars and was supporting her. And Monie seemed grateful. But once Monie basically got another job, she sort of like kicked Jaguar to the curb, even the family. Now, fasting forward to around 2012. Remember, I said 2006 to 2013, it was evidence of her being broke. 2012 comes, and I don't know if y'all know about Chris Lighty. Remember him? Chris Lighty, basically, he succumbed to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Okay, he basically offed himself, but I don't believe it. I never believed it. But she basically flew all the way from Miami to go to the service. But the cousin Sonny, who passed away also around the same time, her services was the next day. New York and Philly is only no more, if you count traffic, no more than 3 hours. Okay? She didn't go to Sonny's service. That's when Jaguar was like, you're a dirty bitch, fuck you, and I hate you, I hate your guts, and I wish everything bad on you. So pretty much that's the real crux of the beef, that everything that the family did for her and the children, basically, Monie Love gave them the middle finger. So, it's understandable to get upset over somebody that you looked out for, and she basically played them. She didn't mean anything to them. Now, she has a daughter, according to Jaguar, named Charlena, who's 7 years younger than Marley. Charlena basically doesn't get along with her mother. And Jaguar comforted her saying, your mother has made bad choices. Don't hate your mom, but she hasn't made the best choices, particularly when it comes to men. But according to Jaguar, Charlena and her don't have the best relationship, and Charlena is now 27, according to Wikipedia. Now, pretty much, Monie Love now works in Atlanta, but she's now 50 years old, and she's now known more as a radio personality than a hip-hop pioneer. She was a dope rapper, but her reputation hasn't been the best. Now, Jaguar called her dirty bitch and called her the worst of the worst. Said she was worse than Africa Bambaataa and Jill Scott put together, because Africa and Jaguar never had a friendship. Okay, if you've listened carefully to the exposés that Jaguar has given us, she never was a friend to Erica. She was a friend to Jill and said Jill was her best friend. But she also said that Monie Love was her best friend. Now, I'm more inclined to believe that Monie was closer to Jaguar than Jill, more so because of the support that they gave her and her children. I believe this from Jaguar. All the Jaguar critics, this I totally believe 100% about this, because this woman was broke. You could look at her and see it. And people told me this shit, that this woman was broke. Okay? She was on the poverty line. Everything about her. Just look at old videos of her on YouTube. You'll see it. Now, I'm going to go into another avenue about this. I am happy that Jaguar did this. Okay? And I'm going to tell you my personal reason why. I've never met Monie Love. But what she said hit me to my core, and I have never liked this woman since. If you remember back in April of 2016, the scandal that hit hip-hop and even the news of Africa Bambaataa being a child molester to young boys was scandalous. And I heard the testimonies of 7 young men before she gave this interview. Her and Lover gave an interview to... They conducted an interview with Africa Bambaataa. Okay? Excuse me, I apologize. What happened is, in the interview, before they even started, Ed Lover basically knew Bambaataa, and he basically said, you're a pioneer, and these allegations, they hurt. Now, Ed Lover was trying to be neutral a little bit, but he was siding more so with Bambaataa and said, I don't see you as this individual. I see you as a friend. I can't see you as this monster that people are saying. Okay. Monie Love then says, I just want to say that, I feel like all these men that's accusing you is wrong, and they are evil, and they should be punished for the lies that they're saying, because I know you didn't do this, and how dare they, and called those young men liars and said they should be punished for what they're doing, for saying that Bambaataa was raping them. Okay? She condemned them for telling their truth. And so many people said that this young man used to rape kids in Bronx River. Okay? There was many people that was saying that he was doing this. Okay? And this chick from England came here and said that these boys were dirty liars, and that she know for a fact that he didn't do this because of how he treated her and how he basically showed her all around New York and introduced her to all the hip-hop people and said that they should be punished for what they did, and she cursed them out viciously. So with that said, I said, fuck you, Monie Love. I'm going to say that. Fuck her. And that's why karma hit her the way it hit her. And Jaguar Wright is Monie Love's karma. Because you don't do that to people that were victims. And it hurts me because certain things have happened to me as a teenager. And so hearing that, it struck me. Because you basically pretty much vilified the victims. And you basically made the perpetrator the hero. And I'm happy Jaguar did it. And I know that there's more to come with Jaguar exposing. But that one was well deserved. And on that note, this is your girl, Miss Ann Little Cole. I'm signing off. Stay tuned because I have another commentary coming up shortly. Take care.